what are recession-proof investments out there. I've been doing a lot of research and study into this because everybody wants to be able to have their investments continue to go up, whether it's good times or bad times. What are the top recession-proof investments? So we talked about recession-proof industries and businesses. Well, what are the top recession-proof investments out there? At the top of the list, I would list cash flow real estate. And when I say cash flow real estate, I'm not talking about trying to do a fix and flip property. Probably not a great time to be doing fix and flips right now because there's a lot of uncertainty. There's higher interest rates. If you're doing it in the starter home niche, maybe $200,000 to $300,000 in your neighborhood, then you've got a shot to still be able to fix and flip that property. You start getting above and trying to do larger homes, you can get in trouble. I know from firsthand knowledge, having been doing that in the 08-09 recession, and it was very painful. So when I say cash flow properties, I'm talking about renting out, single-family homes, condos. I'm talking about having apartments that you're renting out. I'm talking about having, maybe an Airbnb property, but in a very high travel area like Orlando, Disney World, or somewhere that's a beach property that's going to have constant traffic. And as an Airbnb property, it's still going to do pretty well, even when people travel a little bit less, because there just aren't that many properties, a few minutes from Disney World, or there are not that many properties in a great location by a lake or at a beach. And as long as your property is significantly better and higher quality and getting 5-star reviews on, Vrbo and B&B.com, then you're going to still do well with that short-term rental property. The other types of real estate businesses that are cash flow are sometimes assisted living, anything related to healthcare where you have consistent flow of people. More and more baby boomers are retiring, are going to need these types of assisted living services, and those are businesses that will oftentimes be recession-proof. Staple businesses, right? And staple stocks. When I say staples, it's like stuff you have to have, right? What was something that stores were often out of? Toilet paper, right? If you're invested in like a Procter & Gamble that deals with toothpaste and toilet paper, good times, bad times, people need to brush their teeth. They need soap. They need cleaning materials, right? They need the basics to get by. Grocery stores are going to stay busy. If you can invest in grocery stores, if you can invest in the staples of life that people need to survive, to live, those are going to stay busy during good times and bad times. During good times and bad times, people are still going to need some of those blue-collar business services. They're going to need some plumbing, some HVAC. If the AC breaks, they need someone to come and fix it. If the heater breaks, the furnace breaks, they need someone to come and fix it. If you have a hot water heater that goes out, people don't want to take cold showers, and they don't care if it's in the middle of recession. They're going to probably get that hot water heater fixed and replaced. You think about your health care. Anything related to health care is going to continue to stay busy because regardless of whether it's a recession, people are going to want to take care of themselves. They're going to want to take care of their pets. And so any of these things that are things that just have to be taken care of on a daily, weekly, monthly, annual basis are going to continue to fit that mold. If it's something that is seen as more of a luxury, then that may go away and is definitely not going to be a recession-proof investment. Bonds. More than ever, we're seeing with higher interest rates, we're seeing higher interest paid out from government U.S. Treasury bonds, from company bonds, and that means that's usually a pretty safe investment and recession-proof no matter good times or bad times. Now, if you start getting into junk bonds with higher risk businesses, those are going to be more risky. But anything related to municipalities, cities, states, governments, any of those types of bonds are going to be pretty safe for, compared to everything else. And then investing in recession-proof businesses is another example, right? If you actually, instead of investing in real estate or a stock, what if you can invest in a low-risk business, like a business that is performing some kind of service? Well, that's exactly what we're talking about. That can be a low-risk business, and if you don't want to put all your time into it, what you do is find an operator, someone who has experience, who knows the business well. You put the money up, they run the business, and you split the profits, and that can be very profitable and recession-proof in terms of recession-proof investments when you're going through a recession. And, it's interesting. A lot of the experts out there are saying we're actually in a recession, and then yet a lot of the economic data doesn't quite back that up. Job numbers are still coming in higher. The stock market hasn't tanked. And so you have this weird juxtaposition of, is it a recession? Isn't it a recession? And are the government cooking the numbers? Maybe they are. Maybe they're not being completely. I know they've changed the way they report jobs. I know they've changed the way they report on inflation, and now inflation numbers came in lower today. Are they really lower? If you go to the grocery store, you probably don't think so. If you go to the gas station, again, I drive an electric car, so I don't always go to the gas station, but when I go fill up my wife's car, I'm shocked. I'm like, damn, when did gas get up to like $4.50 again? I did not realize that gas had jumped up. And so, if you're looking at certain things, you might not think that inflation is going down, but they did change the way that they're reporting on it over the last year, and so the number is showing lower. Is that true? I hope it is. For a lot of people out there, they might not think that it is.